and welcome to day 2 of the unshackled Donald Trump, the Republican nominee doubling down with more attacks on his own party's leaders as Republican hopefuls up and down the ballot look anxiously ahead to November 8th. And Democrats openly discuss their hopes of victories not just for the White House, but also on Capitol Hill. CNN senior White House correspondent Jim Acosta is live in Lakeland, Florida. That's where Donald Trump just spoke. So, Jim, tell us what his message was today.
He's talking right now behind me, Jim. He is blaming the news media, including us, for covering up for Hillary Clinton. He is straining to move beyond his Tapegate scandal, trying to put the focus on Hillary Clinton's email saga, but his offensive comments seem to be following him everywhere he goes. Doing all he can to hit the delete button on that damaging hot mic moment, Donald Trump is hammering Hillary Clinton's email scandal every chance he gets.
The election of Hillary Clinton would lead, in my opinion, to the almost total destruction of our country as we know it.
With a nod to his current free fall in the polls, Trump pointed to new disclosures of Clinton campaign emails stolen by WikiLeaks and called on Congress to investigate his rival, even if he goes down in defeat.
Whether I win, lose, or draw, I'm ashamed of what's happened to our country, and so are you.
Trump complains he's now at a disadvantage after recent defections of top Republicans like House Speaker Paul Ryan, Senator John McCain, who bolted after Tapegate.
Especially when you have the leaders not putting their weight behind the people. Wouldn't you think that Paul Ryan would call and say, good going? There's a whole sinister deal going on.
In fact, I took her out furniture shopping.
The controversy is hot on his trail as this protester blared the audio from the tape to a crowd waiting to enter a Trump event in Florida. The GOP nominee is also venting his frustrations on Fox News.
I wouldn't want to be in a foxhole with a lot of these people, that I can tell you.
But McCain's a brave man.
Including Ryan.
He's a brave man, McCain.
By the way, including Ryan, especially
I got
Ryan.
that.
If he wins, Trump warned Ryan may be replaced as Speaker.
I would think that Ryan maybe wouldn't be there. Maybe he'll be in a different position.
As he tried again to explain away his offensive comments.
And I've had a lot of women come up to me and said, boy, I've heard that, and I've heard a lot worse than that over my life. If that's what's going to take to lose an election, that would be pretty sad.
A recent USA Today survey of 31 GOP governors, 54 Republican senators, and 246 GOP House members found 87 of those leaders are not endorsing Trump.
Pay-to-play politics. Staggering amounts of cash poured into the Clinton Foundation from criminals, dictators, countries that hate America.
The Trump campaign blasted out a new ad looking to remind the party that its goal is to beat Clinton. Campaign manager Kellyanne Conway argued this is no time to abandon ship.
Enough of the pussyfooting around in terms of, do you support us or do you not support us? And the fact is that, some of these leaders have been very wishy-washy. And I think that Paul Ryan has a job to do to keep the majority in Congress.
And Donald Trump is back to needling Hillary Clinton's health one day after he released an ad showing her coughing and stumbling during her recent bout with pneumonia in September. Trump at a rally earlier today said that she could not even handle one of his rallies, could not hold up at one of his rallies. Of course, Clinton recovered from that illness last month, Jim.